Alright, so when I'm recording this stream, this is going to be before my analysis video drops. Let me put you guys box so YouTube can actually read. Uh, but the actual VOD itself on the second channel will be there. This is still before the patch itself is actually dropped. So, my analysis on the main channel is going to be like most of the main stuff you need, but this is just going to be a bunch of bonus talk. So, uh, yeah, mainly it's just going to be stuff for chat to ask questions if they want. Like, I'm gonna kind of leave it open, so if you're here on twitch.tv/ProChara, you get to kind of ask about things in the patch, and then outside of that, I'm gonna be talking about things. So, let's start with the main thing that they adjusted, which is not actually the main weapons, even though this is supposed to be a main weapon-orientated patch. If that was the original goal, they eventually realized, actually, these might be a problem. So, every single bad special in the game, all 5 of them got buffs. Vac, Tac, Slider, Inkjet, and Stamp. All 5 of the specials I labeled in my special balance video, all of them got buffs. And all of them are, like, pretty decent. Vacuums is just okay, but, like, I don't blame them that Vacuums is just okay, because Vacuum is just... It's difficult to buff this thing, because, like, even though it's, like, officially at this point one of the worst specials in the game, it can still be very, very annoying. Like, when it does work, it works really well. The problem is just that in competitive play, it, like, doesn't work 90% of the time. Like, not in the sense that the special is broken, in the sense that people have the resources or position or whatever to deal with it. So, this is a good start. It fixes consistency a little bit, so that's cool, but we're gonna need more. This is also not that much, admittedly. I was kind of hoping that this buff was the setup phase, because honestly, like, we've been seeing, this thing quite a lot. And what's nice about this thing with Cooler is that it will just kind of use it for itself, so it'll, like, fizzy, it'll drop a Cooler, and then it'll just go. And it's kind of okay, because, like, what you see there, what you'll do is, while it's setting up, is you just charge a Fizzy Bomb, you know? You just kind of leave it. But what I would have actually kind of liked, and maybe we'll see this in future, is that they would also speed up the deployment, so that if you wanted to, like, fight someone, you just Cooler, and you can grab it really fast and then go. Instead, you'll throw it further and you can grab drinks, like, way over here. Which, to be clear, is still really good. Rather than making, like, the buff stronger, they're making the weakness, like, less bad. The whole weakness of Cooler is the fact that everyone has to go over here, which is why making the special global would be very dumb. So rather than making it global and being very dumb, they're just giving you a little more radius to work with. Is this enough for Tac to Cooler to be really No. Tac is still, like, at best, it's in the middle of the pack, and that's being very generous. Really, Try is the only main thing this affects. Like, Try will be very, very happy with this, because Try can kind of Cooler for itself, and then, like, its team will more easily be able to also grab drinks. So it's a good step. It's just not enough, but, like, I don't need them to do enough in one patch. That's risky. Very easy to overbuff if you do too much. What I need them to do is do buffs in the right direction, and this is the right direction, so that's good. Not Zap? No, Zap doesn't want to go in with its own Cooler. I mean, it kind of does, but, like, it's not built for that. Try is an actual good main weapon in the game. Try is a very, like, stupid gun. Okay. Slider. Yeah. So, this buff would have been way more impactful if they didn't also buff sub defense in the same patch. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but, like, 1 or 2 subs of sub defense is probably gonna become the standard, because it's gonna stop Fizzy and stuff. So, yeah, this is not gonna, like, because what I thought this would mean originally, when I saw that and not the sub defense change, I was like, oh my god, this is great, because the Slider is still a death button, But, where the hell is this special? Like, it's still a death button, but when you go die, if you hit people with this outside radius, which is not bad, then people can, like, throw a bunch of bombs and they'll probably die. So that's cool. But now sub-defense is going to make burst probably do under 30 damage with its middle direct, and the lethal bombs are going to do under 30, so it won't actually kill with it by itself. Outside of that, they made the one-shot radius bigger, which, good. Or actually, no, I don't think this is the one-shot radius. Yeah, never mind. This is the outside radius, which, good. I don't mind that. It's like really reliable at hitting people, which it should be. And then it paints better. Nowhere near enough. It's still complete garbo. But, like, this is actually good changes. So, I say this in the analysis video too. They need to do more things to make this, like, splashdown. Like, in a good way. Mainly, it still gets countered by subs, which is still really stupid. So it should actually break every sub, like, both when sliding and when exploding. Just give it the ability to splashdown jump because it was fun. Like, just let you be able to splashdown jump. Like, you just land and the shark instantly explodes. Like, why not? Splash the most OP weapon in Splatoon history? No, that's Ballpoint Nouveau in Splatoon 2. Like, not even close. Okay. Anyway. So, like, this is something. Slider's still better than Splashdown? Yes. With Slider, you slider in and then you die. With Splashdown, you go in the air, you die before you even hit the floor. That's why these changes are not, like, completely awful, whereas Splashdown's like, oh, but if it lands, it'll do something. Great, but it's not gonna land. Like, it's not gonna make it to that part. This special will actually make it to that part. Even if it dies, it will deal 70 damage. With Splashdown, like, yeah, if you Splashdown, you can break specials, but the thing is, you won't hit the fucking floor. You'll just die. So, like, congrats, if you hit the floor, it would do things, but you don't hit the floor most of the time. So, like, who cares? With this special, you'll actually hit the floor. Or in this case, you'll slide into the enemy team. No, it is outclassed by specials, too. No, it is definitely outclassed by specials as well. Anyway. This is kind of ridiculous. Like, this is gonna be, like, a really reliable two-shot now. Like, it's gonna feel kind of like you're being hit by a blaster. Ain't that good? I mean, that and then this, like, there's some ledges you can barely not make it up in this game. Like, Museum Recon's a good example. I don't want to walk all the way over there. But the thing with this buff is that the only good, like, actually, is Ballpoint good enough with this? God, it might be. Okay, the main thing is, the only times you're gonna see an inkjet is when a Tri-Slosher forgets the Nouveau kit exists, or doesn't have Sheldon licenses. You fight Storm, the only Ballpoint player in the entire planet at top level. Not the Storm on my team, the other Storm. There's like, there's a lot of them. Or someone picks Rapid Deco. Once this thing gets on, like, you know, before I was like, an end parry kit would be cool, but kind of okay. Now if end parry happens, or if they do, like, burst, inkjet, end parry, oh, this is now actually scary. So, like, inkjet getting on, or if they put it on 52, I could see them putting it on a shooter, because, yeah. Inkjet weapons are actually gonna be, like, a thing. But the thing is here, like, the only really good inkjet weapon is Rapid Deco, and Rapid Deco doesn't get enough inkjet to, like, play around the special, you know? Like, it kind of just has it doesn't always get it. kit's quite good. No, Fizzy with it is mid. It's a great sub, but like you stop charging with it, and Ballpoint's whole thing is that you keep a charge forever. That's why Beacon's really nice for it. And then Inkjet's just not a great special. But anyway, it's like, this is still, it's significant, you're just not gonna notice it until then, unless if Rapid Deco ends up, like, really good. And I'm personally gonna try it more, especially since Gal was nerfed and that was kind of what I played on other modes. But, like, even if Rapid Deco is really good, Rapid Deco's not gonna get a lot of Inkjet. Something like an N-Parry Dually or a 52 or even Nautilus, like, those will get a lot of jets. So I think in the next patch, when they probably put one of these in the game with the new season, that's when we'll start to see it. That being said, this is still not an entry tool. It's kind of close to being one. You don't think Gal will be good? That is not what I meant, no. It's gonna be like upper half of specials, but it's still not gonna be a full-on entry tool. So like slotting it into your comps might still be awkward. That being said, like, it's kind of close enough to maybe still working as a way to get in. Maybe. It really depends on just how strong this buff can be with something that can get enough inkjets. Like, if an end parry comes out with, like, Burst Bomb Inkjet, because with curling it probably won't be good enough, and then the Inkjet hit shots, it's not about hitting shots. That's not the point. That's not for entry tools. Entry tools are not about that. It's... 1 second. Inkjet was never bad because of players' inability to hit shots. You're joking? Okay. The thing is, we have to see if it's, like, actually... A, if a weapon gets it that can get enough inkjets, and B, if inkjet can do enough to, like, actually get you in. What weapon is end parry? Normal dualies, which they also buffed, so, like, that's why I think it has more of a chance. Like, I could see burst inkjet dualies being actually an entry tool. It wouldn't be an entry tool you could stack more than one of. Like, you wouldn't stack it like you would with Crab or Booyah. But, like, it could take one of those places, and that's very important because there's very few things you can play to, like, get you in the game. And that's a whole other topic that, like, FLC covered very well last night, but, like, good entry tools in this game. Flingza, which is only good on zones, and even then is not that good, like, at the highest of levels. Rain, which you can't stack two of because of the weapons they're on, but you could, like, run one of any of these that isn't Blob. There's Booyah, which is only good on Machine right now, and even then Machine can't get it enough to get you in. There's Wave on Heavy, which is still not really that much of an entry weapon, but, like, you have enough range to make it work. Maybe if they buff this, it could be a thing, and then this doesn't get it enough, and then these two suck. There's Whale, which maybe works on 52, but 52 isn't a run-forward weapon. And Ink Brush, which, good luck, you have to mash. And even then, like, Whale's not good enough to stack two of. So now they might add an Inkjet weapon into stuff you could do. And then, of course, there's Splash, because the other crab weapons... This might actually be okay now. Maybe. This might work. Just maybe. We really have to see. But, like, this maybe has a chance. Not even because of the end lag nerf, because of the burst nerf. So, like, 2 crab weapon maybe. And then strike you only play on this thing. People will play these. It'll be good enough to work if you're Seafoam, and for no other team does it actually fit them. But, like, at least at highest level right now. Why does C Junior suck? Because the main weapon's a Junior. It's just not that good. So yeah. And then these could also be entry tools if they buffed it. And by these, I mean this. This doesn't count. This thing's terrible. And this is not an entry tool. As much as people pretend it is, it's not. So, more things to get you in is very important. So if Inkjet can actually, like, be close enough to function as an entry tool, because in this map you need, like... In these map designs, you need a bunch of entry tools, and the problem with just, like, right now is you're stacking, like, 3 entry tools that are just displacement, and that's really annoying. So here's a special that's not just pure displacement. And by the way, this is also what's good about Crab. Like, Crab is not just purely throwing shit at an enemy. So it's kind of important you have some of those be good enough too. So like, good. Anyway, Inkjet we'll see later. Stamp. So, I think the thing people are underestimating is these together. Because you can see opponents and turn faster, like, enemies being able to, like, go to the side to dodge your rush mode and shoot you from behind will be way harder. Hopefully. So that's good. This is fine too. It'll be easier to, like, kill opponents who are, like, in the stamp and running away from it. That being said, the only stamp weapon that's going to be used from this is Wiper. And I'll talk about Wiper in general, because Wiper is, like, the big winner of the patch. Especially because sword burst combos are, like, decently toned back now, so, like, this thing is... Like, all the sword players are probably just gonna pick this one now. Like, that's what I expect, because this works better in other modes, this is way easier and more consistent, and now this thing has a special that's, like, okay. Because, one, you can just throw it at a crab, but now if you're using it to stall, like, you can actually see and turn. Like, this being faster is good. The special still sucks in terms of, actually blocking damage from the front. Will you be playing the better sword? No, I have a Wiper player on my team. I'll be playing Stamper because it's still totally fine. It still needs to block damage better from the front. I'm a little bit worried that they really don't want it to buff damage from the front. Remember when Stamper was the better Splatoon? Your old, best, worst? Dude, I don't even care. The two are so goddamn similar. Like, Wiper's better enough to where non-sword players will probably be picking that one instead. Actual Stamper players will be able to pick Stamper and be fine. It's just all the people who are like, oh, but I want to play sword because it's good now. We'll just pick the other sword. I hope. Because it's better. Anyway. This is really less impactful than you might think, though. Really, this is, like, cool. Wiper will play it. No other stamp weapon is good enough to be picked because of this. But it's a start. So cool. Oh yeah, and there's the bug fix on the hitbox inconsistency, but that's still... It needs to actually block from the front. Once it can block from the front, I think that's where we'll see it. That's where it'll be like... That's where it'll actually be kind of scary. Like, if it could block from the front, it might low-key be better than Kraken. Because you have way less lag, you have way less startup, the throw mode is useful. But the thing is, Kraken actually moves the player in and can't be ignored, and Stamp you just shoot. So if Stamp can actually block damage from the front, I could see it being better than Kraken. But that's mostly because Kraken's very overrated, and hopefully that'll stop now that they fixed the cheese. I'll get to Crab after, I'm gonna skip it. So... Clam Blitz cheese isn't stopped, but Clam Blitz cheese was never that bad because Power Clam jumps a high-level player never that bad. It'll still be very dumb when a Kraken goes, aha, got him, GG's, and wins the game occasionally in tournament, but whatever. Yeah, later in the bug fixes, you can't squid roll after the end lag. Not as major a nerf as I thought, and then it'll be easier to push off of tower. So, and Gal is 210, which I don't hate. That's it. So, yeah. Kraken is just kind of higher to middle of the pack, which is where it was before, but now it can't do really stupid things, which means hopefully solo queue players won't throw with it, so that's cool. Yeah, Crab. So here's the thing. I did not claim 2x Splash would not be the best comp. I didn't say that in my analysis. In fact, I might have said the opposite. But I still said they fixed the game. So what the fuck is happening? So here's what's happening. Crab will actually be a, like... Crab is going to function as a special with actual counterplay now. Before, if you broke the Crab, congrats, you got rid of it, but then they just shot you. If you got it into ball form, congrats, but it would just pop out and one-shot combo you. Now, if you make it ball form, it's actually going to have a delay, and it'll lose time. Now, if you break the special, it'll actually die. And breaking the special into dying is important because, like, the first crab just absorbs shit for the second crab. But if the first crab absorbs resources but then dies, it's not worth it. The first crab has to get broken but live. We don't know how long the end lag is, but, like, there's no way it's not somewhat significant. Like, there's no way it's not significant. So, the special will feel like fighting it has an impact now. It'll still be dumb in some situations. I still wish the range was toned back a bit, or that Splash got 210. I could probably see Splash 210 happening in the future, maybe, if they ever decide to do it. But, yeah. It's like, this... It's similar, like, that's why I had the idea of having N-lag nerf in the first place, and rather than doing N-lag and range, they did N-lag and more N-lag. And I actually like the more N-lag thing, because being able to pop out a ball form and one-shot combo is really stupid. And you can still do it, which is good, because, like, I kind of liked the one-shot combo, it was just overtuned. Now there'll be, like, enough time to where people can move out of the way a bit. So, yeah. I don't like the sub-defense change. Not just because I'm a Stamper player, but because I don't like, okay, here's your gear set. Run 1 sub of quick super jump, 1 sub of ink resistance, 2 subs of special saber, 2 subs of sub defense. You now have 3 subs remaining. Oh, wait, you're a shooter. Run 1 sub intensify action. There's too many goddamn utility subs in this game. There's too many. Your builds are going to be infested with them. There was already a lot. This has been a problem since Splatoon 2. And now we're having more than we've ever had before. You're going to need 1 billion utility subs now. Not enough you're needing pants. See, if they made pants have 3 extra sub slots and only be able to use for, like, 1 sub bomb defense stuff, I wouldn't even hate it. Like, that's how many utility subs we have in the game now. Like, it's just too many. What's wrong with having that many utility subs? You lose a lot of gear. Like, the more of your gear slots you have to run something no matter what, the less people can actually do with the gear system. Ow. I hit my knee. My bad. Anyway. Like, this was the problem with main power-up. Like, Mach 3 as a whole was literally ruined because, oh, well, you can't run that much. You just don't have the slots to run Bubble Blower stuff because you need 3.5 main power-up. This person is a top player, so I don't find too much barring me. Well, I mean, if you want optimal builds, these are utility subs you run on pretty much every weapon. So, like, it doesn't matter. If you're running a good bid for solo queue, it's the same thing. You're just gonna have less gear freedom. Anyone who's played an MPU damage weapon has experienced what this felt like. And it's not that bad. But, like, it's still a lot. It's just a lot of subs. And it's kind of dumb. Especially when, like, with this stupid gear system, the subs are the easiest thing to change. So, I don't like that. Outside of that, whatever. If that's the sacrifice we have to where Fizzy Bomb 3-shot is gone and all that shit, whatever. It's not the worst sacrifice in the world, but it's a little stupid. Opening Gambit will be a real solo queue ability, and I don't care about it outside of that. In competitive, it still won't do anything. Oh, they have an Opening Gambit player. Alright, everyone sit back for 30 seconds, pop your crab. Great, now they have no main ability for the entire game. In solo queue, go, 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 go. Gambit Nova? No. No. You need a weapon that can get kills. Because the actual buff here is the timer extension. And the intensify. And Scrown RNG is bad anyway. Yeah, but Nova doesn't give a crap about any of the opening Gambit abilities. It's all fighting abilities. It's Res, Run, Swim, and Intensify. Like, it doesn't even help Nova. Nova doesn't want any of those that much. The only one of those it kind of likes is Run Speed. Swim, I guess, is okay. But, like, Blaster actually wants it. And maybe some shooters and dualies. Anyway. So, that's the specials. The special balance in the game is not complete garbage anymore. It's still not good. Like, the weak specials in the game are still whatever. But, like, we're getting there. I am very close to seeing Tacticooler as not a bad special. Inkjet might straight up not be a bad special. Stamp is now very close to not being a bad special, and then Slider and Vac are on the right paths, even if they still suck. But, like, one of the bad specials might not be bad anymore, and two of them are on the way out. So that's good. As for the best specials, Missiles is still heavily overtuned. So let's just hope they forget about the special entirely. This might still be a little bit too good, but honestly, I'm not even that worried about it. Like, even if it is too good, it might be in a fine balance spot. And then Kraken might actually need some positive changes going forward, but I don't know how they're gonna do that. It's, like, fine right now, though, so even if they do want to, like, make it better, then it doesn't need to happen yet. I think, the most important special to buff now is actually Super Chump. And maybe even Tri-Strike. I think Chump and Tri-Strike are the specials I want to see buff the most. Mainly Chump. Chump has a massive potential to be good for the game if they make it good. And so I think they should buff Chump next. No, they don't. Kraken is not broken balance-wise. It's nowhere close to that. It never was. But now, like, I feel like it might need something. Tri-Strike is always solid? No, it's not. Yes, it... okay. By my definition, it's technically solid, but in a game where you need good entry tools, it's not good enough. The stuff in this game that's trying to be an entry tool needs to be a damn good one. Because they're the most important specials in your comp. You need to stack multiple of them, so they have to be good enough. Single crab is better than double? No, single crab will never be better than double, because crabs like to chain. Double crab will still be a strat, it's just not going to be a broken strat. You can now run other strats and not lose. At the highest level. I think they should let you swim with Tri-Strike, but have a movement penalty. Like with Zuka. That's kind of the compromise I'm okay with. That, or give you your main weapon use, but no squid form. That could work too. If they want to make it more unique than Zuka, I think that's a good way to do it. Like, you get the main gun, but you can't, you get the main gun, but you can't squid form. But honestly, I wouldn't risk it. I would just give it squid form with the movement penalty. Yeah, burst bomb weapons are going to be fine. They will live. If you had a nerf crab more, what would you do? 5% less range. Okay. This is hilarious, by the way. They really don't know what the fuck to do with the sub. I'm sorry, angle shooter fans, the devs don't know how to fix this thing. And to be fair, it's hard to. So, like, I don't blame them. But, like, this is... it needs 40 damage. It needs more location time. Like, the dart is, like, kind of like a main weapon. Almost. So it needs to have way better reward. Like, it just needs to be a fighting tool, really. Or a poking tool. But, like, it needs to have an impact. Locating you for 5 seconds and doing 35 damage is not that big an impact. The other thing they could do is make the tripwire deal damage. If they don't want to just buff the reward for actually hitting the dart, it's making the tripwire do like 20 to 25 damage. Which, like... It only lingers for 1.5 seconds, but it's still scary. What if the opposing team can't see the line? That's dumb. Like, then congrats, you just get located because you can't see it. Ahaha, got him. That's, like... The effect is still pathetic, and now it feels stupid to get hit by it. No, 60 is too much. That's just dumb. Like an ink rail, that'd break the game. It's a cool idea, just break the game. They can't do it. It would also make it, like, the best sub in the game, because then you could move. Like a mist effect? I wouldn't hate it, but, like... right now, the point is, like, they need to make the reward of hitting it really good, or getting hit by a line needs to be good. If they want to make it more like a typical sub-weapon, then making the line more impactful is the way to go. If you want to emphasize its combat capabilities, then it needs to have more reward to hitting it in terms of damage and duration. That's all I want to say on it, though. This is fine. Yes, it hurts other burst bomb weapons more than Splash, but, like, I don't really care. I do wish Splash got, like, an ink efficiency thing or something, but whatever. Okay, and then these. Guys, I don't think they're gonna make Nova kill faster. I don't even think they should, but, like, at this point, I'm sold that the devs are not going to make Nova have a faster fire rate. The closest thing I think we'd get is shot velocity. They might make the bullets travel faster. That's it. I think that's the only one we're gonna get. They really want it to be a support. And that's whatever. Okay. Nova will always be bad? Nah, I wouldn't say that. Nova's not even, like, that terrible right now. Like, it's kind of okay. And I really like this buff. Because, making the movement speed faster so it doesn't die is good. Luna's buff. I mean, this is like, what else can you do with this thing? Like, making it so it does more damage than Octobrush and Try in one hit is really all you can do, I guess. But, like, Try is just so much better than this goddamn thing. It's just not enough to compete with Try. That's really it. But, like, it's a good change. I don't really know what they can even do with this weapon. Like, maybe just buff the minimum damage to 60. Like, maybe just have it be 60 to 70. Or 60 to 75 or something. Maybe make it a 60-80 curve. I don't know. Ink consumption's not a problem. It doesn't do anything for it. Yeah, it's just... like, this is okay. It's gonna make it combo better with its bombs, yeah. But, like... I don't know. On one hand, it's like, it's a good change for it. It's just, I don't know what else they can do. Swig. So, Swig is scary. Because it's like Flingza to where they're buffing it, but unlike Flingza where they don't know what they're doing and then they accidentally turned it into a paint bot, they actually know what they're doing with this one. Like, they actually have a vision for this weapon and are doing good buffs to it. So let's cover Swig's patch history real quick, just to showcase just how good they've been balancing this damn thing. Why no Forge buff? I don't fucking know. I don't know what the devs are doing with Forge. So, Swig. First, they made it a minimum 3-shot, so if you're painting and people run at you, this kills, which is important. Like, that's an actual thing it need. Then they made it have an object damaging niche, so it can do other things as a support. And now they're making this a thing. Like, not only is this now going to 1-shot from further away, so you can actually, like, defend yourself. Like, this will kill now. But on top of that, you can now 2-shot people like this. So, like, mid to short range, you can actually, like, poke people. So, yeah. So this thing now has a movement tool, because this always functioned as a movement tool. Like, this weapon was always able to move because of this. It now can actually damage people running at it while it paints. It has a kill and a poke option, and it does good object damage. The only problem is it has this shit. And this. Which, like, funny zones cheese, but, like, not good pieces. And wall for it still sucks. Because you can only flick, like, 3 times. Yeah, 3.5. There you go. But, like, they actually know what they're doing with this weapon. Like, this will actually be a zones weapon after this patch. I don't know if anyone will pick it anyway, but, like, if you want to, you can pick this in zones now. Oh, yeah, and vacuum's technically buffed on this thing, too. So, like, Vac is also going to more consistently actually block damage during this. So that's cool. I hope they give this thing another kit, like a really good one, because I'm kind of curious what it can do. And my concern when they revealed this weapon was that it was a paint bot, and it's still kind of a paint bot, but now it can fight, and now it can, like, fight a little bit, I mean, and it has an object damage niche. So if they give it a kit that's actually healthy for it, yeah, this thing will be cool. Like, give it Wavebreaker or Inkstorm. Oh, if they got a Inkstorm would be... Nah, but not... Wavebreaker is kind of what I want, I think. I think I want Wave on this thing. Because then it'll be kind of scary, like, at a distance. So give it Wave. I hope it gets, like, Wave and some good sub. But, yeah, Swig fans, don't undersell your weapon. It's actually, like, kind of decent. Like, it's way better than you might think. And they actually know what they're doing with it, so that's cool, too. Anyway. I don't know why they picked the number 68. I really don't. Like, I don't know why that's the number that was picked. But that's more than 65, so, I mean, I'm down. Because 69 is silly. True. They should have done 69. Sniper Rider would have trended if they did the funny number. Actual reason 69 would just help more. They should have. It needs better object damage multipliers, though. Though it might now 8-shot crab with Object Shredder, guys. I think it might 8-shot crab with Object Shredder instead of 9 now. Maybe. Maybe. It might 8-shot it now. Yeah, but that's the problem. It needs to do actual object damage. That being said, Sniper Rider's kind of a scary main gun. It even was before, but now it especially is. The main problem here is actually just that its kit sucks. Like with Swig. This thing just needs a better kit, and it might be really scary. Anyway, buckets are pretty big. Let's get back to the game. So... Sloshers always needed better fall-off damage. Like, the fall-off damage is... I mean, look at this. So yeah, this was always kind of weird. So it being guaranteed a 2-shot is good. Like, this should just be 2-shotting. This is where you want the weapon to do things from. So it should 2-shot from here. So now it will. Dude, is that one a 4-shot? No. What? Okay, I think it can 4-shot, though. I think the minimum's 20. I swear, this hitbox is so weird. This is why I don't like Bucket. This hitbox is so weird to me. Is it still worse than Machine? No, but the kit is. So, together it will. Anyway. Yeah, people might pick Bucket on Flounder. Anyway. Mini shoots longer, that's good, but there's not much to say about it. Dapples is not enough to make it good. Its kits are still terrible. What about Bucket Deco? That shit has Dart. I'm sorry, it's doomed. Dart is still not a real sub. When Dart is a real sub, maybe. But we ain't there yet. Also, Zip is not good enough to carry it. It's good with it, but it's too inconsistent to, like, also be running a Dart. Anyway. I don't care about this here. I care about this here. I really like dually buffs. And the reason is because if Crab is gonna be good, which, like, it definitely is, you need more dually weapon... Sorry, you need more Crab weapons besides this one. And this one is doomed, and this one is also doomed. These will never be good. I saw some people be like, wow, I hate that they're nerfing Crab like this because, like, all the Crab weapons will suffer harder than Splash. Yeah, but these were doomed anyway. These two are dead in the water in the first place. They're not coming back regardless. This has a chance. Because this can play more aggressively, so it can be a bit different in terms of, like, how it's picked. And its end lag being reduced here is really cool. Like, this will be 4 frames faster. Or even just to do this and do this is 4 frames faster. So, like, that is really, really cool. And the other thing is, not only does this have a good kit with this, you know, not only is this a good kit, I have to wait on Crab's long aspiration. But it's gonna get another kit, which will probably also be good. Because, like, the only thing that could have held it back from being usable before was Inkjet. Like, Curling Inkjet wouldn't be good enough. And Curling would still be mid, but it's actually okay on this weapon. And on top of that, Inkjet is now actually a special. So now if they put an alternate dually in the game, unless if they completely change up the kit, this should be really interesting. Which is good. We need more kits like that. Like, the need for more good kits in this game is starting to become more important now that the specials are becoming real specials. Before, it didn't matter because all the kits they put in the game sucked anyway. Now they can put kits in the game that won't suck, so we need more kits. Anyway. Dually might be different comps, but I think it's only Dually players that'll use it. Storm doesn't have to play Splash anymore? Maybe. We'll see after Ink TV. In the Ink TV Major, we're going to be doing double Splash for both of them. Because it's just too soon. The patch drops tonight. We're going to be able to practice 1 day before the Major. We are not changing our goddamn comps in 1 day. I'm sorry. Reflux. This is 20%, by the way. Nintendo America just sucks at translating patch notes. Yeah, I know. So this being more reliable is good. Is it good enough to actually be a weapon that can fight? I don't know. But if Reflux can actually fight, it gets significantly better. Because right now it's too unreliable. So if Reflux is actually able to fight enough to be reliable, that's good. Because right now, like, what I'm hoping is this will more easily do 90. Or, like, do 90 sooner. Because if you do 90 sooner, then, like, you can just do this. And, like, 2-shot, maybe. Like, being able to do that could be good. Because then you have, like, double partials as an option instead of just 1-shotting. So I could see that being a thing. Angle shooter may be good with Brella. Nothing's good with Brella. It's a Brella, but no, angle shooter on it would be god-awful. But yeah, this thing, dude, this thing's gonna be so fucking fast. Wait, is it the... Like... Oh, I'll talk about Brellas in a second, because I have a theory. Like, with run speed, and I'm gonna overstack it for the sake of showing this off, but like... Look at this. This is 3 mains of run speed. You're gonna have this. You're gonna have this speed, except you won't need the 3 mains of run speed. Actually, I think it's gonna be even faster than this. Let me check Sendu. I think it might actually be even faster than that. Let me check. Reflux. What's the run speed numbers on this? Movement. Yeah, I think it's actually even more. Lol. So you stack like a main or 2 of run speed on the reflux, and then you just... You zoom faster than this while you're shooting. Which is gonna be hilarious, and I love it. Did you see opening Gambit on Nautilus being good? In solo, yes. In solo, opening Gambit is a real ability now. You just have to be a weapon that can go kill things. In particular, it's especially good with Nautilus, because Nautilus can also throw sensor at things, and so other things can give it assists very easily. Like, Nautilus will definitely be one of the better weapons for it, because you just censor people as well. And so even if you don't kill them, if your teammates kill them, you get an extra 15 seconds. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Okay, here's my theory. I don't think the devs have a direction for this class. I don't think they know what the fuck to do with them. Like, I think they just actually do not know what to do. They definitely know that Brellas are not good. I do not think they are oblivious enough to the point of not understanding that the weapons are bad. I think they know the weapons are bad. Like, at this point, there's been enough bug fixes, there's X-rank data, and all that stuff. I think they know they're bad. Yeah, I think, like, they're worried that either the buffs will make them unhealthy at lower levels, which is only really a thing with this one, because nobody plays them at lower levels. I think they're worried about the shields causing problems if they buff the shield HP. And then if they buff the damage, they're probably worried they're going to be broken, because it was good with the damage. So, that's the 3 things. Like, I think they're worried about all 3 of them, and those are causing such heavy restrictions that all the other changes are just not good enough. And so they just aren't doing anything. Here's what they need to do. Here's actual Brawler player here. Hello, Nintendo. Give the goddamn things the damage back. Just give it the damage. The damage is fine. If you want to buff the ink efficiency, don't do it with the shields, do it with the shots. And then tents give 50 extra shield HP. Make it 750 so when it's launched, it's an extra 100. Technically, it's not because 20% damage reduction multiply. I don't care. Give it 50. Give it 50. 50 shield HP, pre-patch damage. Pre-patch damage, 18 shots instead of 15. 45 damage into fucking prayer. Prayer for a good kit. This thing's terrible no matter what. Also, make this 190, for God's sakes. Why the fuck is this 200p? Like, why? Why is it there? Oh, yeah, and make sprinklers 55% sub. Or maybe even 50. I wouldn't hate if they made it 50. Make it really cheap. Well, like, that's what we actually need with Brellas. It's the damage. The damage is the problem. They could buff the shield HP by a good bit. If Brella can't do damage, it doesn't matter. Brella needs to do actual damage. That is the problem. Until Brellas can do real damage and actually threaten things, it's not going to be good. Just straight up. Like, it needs to do damage. I don't care about any other change. And I know Tent players are going to be like, oh, but the shield's so bad. And yes, it is. But if Tent can't deal damage, it doesn't matter if the shield is good. And also, you have Vacuum, and Vacuum plus the shield can actually tank. The thing is, you need to deal damage. Like, Tent has to actually, like, shoot people and then have that consistently. But this is not actually consistent. It's consistent in the training room, it's not consistent in a game. And it's not even consistent here. Like, that needs to be a consistent 2 to 3 shot. Like, at max range, this needs to be a 3 shot. And, like, over here, this needs to be a 2 shot. So it needs damage buffs. That's what Brellas need. Will they actually do damage buffs? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. For right now, though, I could see the devs waiting until Brellas get new kits first. Like, I could see them waiting that long, and I think the kits they give Brellas, because they're probably going to be newer kits for all of them, are probably going to be an indication of what they want for the weapons. So I think the kits will indicate a direction, and then if they like that direction, then they'll buff the main gun to fit that direction. Super Chump, I think it's good in zones and not good enough anywhere else. Because in zones, in other modes, the chumps can be ignored too easily, and they spread out enough to where you only have to break a few of them. But in zones, the chumps will also paint the zone, so you're incentivized to shoot them, and it takes more resources. Even then, it's just kind of underpowered. I think the explosion radius needs to be bigger, and the chumps need to be closer together. So, like, opponents are forced to break more of them. Like, they spread out too far. Nah, you don't want to buff the chump HP. That will become broken very fast. If they do a little bit of chump HP, I won't hate it, but I don't think they should buff it. I just want the chumps to be closer. When heavy throws a wave? Yeah, but then the heavy throws a wave. That's fine. And also, the wave needs OS to one-shot. Also, you don't even have to worry about that in Kyo. No one in the West is going to be smart enough to pick heavy in top level, okay? Trust me, no one will do it. They've been buffing heavy indirectly for the past 2 patches now, and no one's even talking about it on Twitter. Have you seen one person mention heavy? Yeah, I'll change the shitty music. So, like, don't even worry about it. No one's gonna pick the good wave breaker weapon anyway. For making wave play heavy? Yeah, but he's on your team. No one else will be smart enough to pick heavy. It didn't get buffed directly, it's just been indirectly buffed over and over again, and nobody knows that. Or, like, people don't talk about it, and I don't know why. It's not on Twitter. Dude, you literally were looking for a goddamn teammate, and people wouldn't pick heavy. Like, people have the opportunity to, like, oh, if I played this, literally an FT win type group would be interested. And they still wouldn't pick the fucking weapon. It's doomed. I don't care, man. People aren't gonna pick the fucking thing. I don't know why, but nobody does. It's dumb. Why would they not? I don't even know. A lot of heavy players think the weapon's way worse than it actually is. And then a bunch of non-heavy players just like Charger too much. It's very... Just pick the weapon, it's good. Just pick it. Oh, but they have charger. Yeah, but you have crab. You have a crab, just crab. Dude, like, I just hope they give heavy deco, like, wall rain. Like, just straight up give it wall rain as a god kit, and at that point, heavy players should not be able to ignore 2 god kits, one of which is displacement, and the other which prevents you from being dived. Like, if it gets those at that point, and then heavy players still don't pick the weapon, or people don't pick heavy, I will have no words. I already don't. Like, I don't know why people aren't picking heavy. Then again, people on Twitter are whining about Stamper still, so my expectations are probably just too high. Then again, pick heavy is not a high expectation, but yeah, heavy is very good. Heavy gets a lot of Wavebreaker. Wavebreaker is a very good special. It almost functions as an entry tool while also holding down areas and preventing you from being dived. It's good against crab. It combos with everything. And the main weapon gets a fuck ton of them. It also can, like, chain it together with the main gun in so many stupid ways. The main gun can, like, farm them safely. The main gun can push forward with Wavebreaker. Ah! Slosher Deco strong. Kyo, you're gonna pick that thing for 3 days and then you're gonna switch off it. I'm gonna be real with you. You're gonna quickly realize it's still dart, Zipcaster still results in your death half the time, and crabs will still press the ball button, and then you're gonna switch off. No, try. You've said this before! Do I need the clip of you saying you'll dart people across the map, and that's before it even dealt 35 damage? If the dart is enough to build special. Bro. Are you... Hold on, guys. Getting Zipcaster. Almost got it. Dude. They will be stuck, and you'll shoot them. And I'm gonna watch this combo. Got him. Trust me, I want this weapon to be good. It would be cool. By the way, if this dealt 40 damage, this would combo. Except it won't. Because, by the way, people are going to be running sub-defense now, so this combo got worse. Kyo, I wish I could trust in your cooking. I want Bucket Deco to be picked. I love this weapon. But we ain't there yet. We just... And yeah, double will be like... this. Except the trail. Fuck. Like, how do I... It'll be like this. Watch. At best, it'll be like this. And it's probably not going to be that big. Because that doesn't look like double of that. But, like, even if it was this much, it still wouldn't be enough. You sound angry because Swallow custom range is nerfed now that Kraken was nerfed? What? What? If it was that big, I would drop every weapon. Yeah, alright. What about Dabble Nuvo? That weapon's still terrible. Don't pick it. If you want to win. If you want to have fun, I don't care. No, that's a whole new sentence. Yes, it's completely a new sentence. I have not mentioned CRB. Why did you notice your one shitpost comment? Because I'm reading chat. Yeah, this is huge. I'm not... But, like... Why would you pick like, the vanilla kit's right there. And I know Strike is, like, Strike. But, like, Strike's not that much worse than Zipcaster, and Splat Bomb is 50 times better. You're playing Rapid Deco. Okay, now you're super trolling, because you do not like Rapid with Torp. Or, sorry, you do like Rapid with Torp, but you don't know the Torp physics make it way worse in this game. You haven't felt that yet. Yes, they nerfed Rapid combos. Rapid Deco might actually be good enough, though. Rapid Deco might actually be good enough to be picked, though. I could see it. I could actually see you picking that weapon. In all seriousness. I don't know why you would, because I figure you would pick Wiper now, because, like, Wiper is just good. Like, I feel like, don't you just pick Wiper and try? And, like, Machine for when you need to be passive, and then you're fine? I mean, you keep talking like Tri-Strike is bad. It's not bad, it's just mediocre, and it's supposed to be an entry tool. And entry tools being mediocre is basically them being bad. Kind of. I don't know. Use the line marker in a place with the ceiling so it can paint the floor multiple times by bouncing. You hear that, Kyo? Take notes! If you want to farm your Zipcasters with your darts, that's what you gotta do. Gotta learn the lineups. Torp just bounces like a little bit less far in this game. They just changed it a bit because it probably got recoded, because like most things in this game did, from what I can tell. Yeah, the special balance is the main thing. Crab is now gonna feel like a special where fighting it has impact. So that's good. I don't hate any of the changes. Crack and Cheese is gone, which is great for solo queue. It'll be less dumb. Yeah. I don't know. It's good overall. Hopefully one day they learn about Brellas, and then hopefully they, like, the main thing is they need to keep doing patches like this. The next patch is in 2 months. As good as this patch is, if it's 2 months later, the next one's gotta also be good. Because by then, we will need more changes. Like, I'm just gonna say it, we will. We are far from, like, the game is in a perfect spot. We're just heading in the right direction. But, like, there's more work to be done. Vac still needs to be better, Stamp needs to be better, Slider needs to be better, Cooler needs to be better, Chump needs to be better, Tri-Strike needs to be better, half the main weapons in the game need to be better, we need more kits, missiles need to be nerfed or reworked entirely. We got more shit to do, and that's not even talking about the catastrophe that is the maps, and also balancing for a potential 5th mode, and more new main weapons they're gonna put in the game. So yes, there's more work to be done. We are just officially on the actual road to making the game like an actual masterpiece. We are now on the road there. Before, we were not on the road. We were like, well, the game's balance is pretty damn good, so we're gonna do small changes. Now they have acknowledged, yeah, actually the game's balance might not be good. We might actually have to, like, start fixing things. So we are now on the way there. We still got a lot of work to get there, and I don't mean my previous sentiment to be, like, a downer. But I mean that, like, we still got work to do. This is not the end of everything. We still have a ton of stuff to do. But we're now, like, actually starting to do it. Reflux will move like crazy. I showed it earlier. It really depends if the partial allows it to, like, double partial. It could be cringe, yeah, because missile, but, like, if it gets a better kit, that kit will replace it. So, like, they just have to give Reflux 2 a better kit. So hopefully they do that. That's kind of what I think they need. Are Tetras in a worse spot due to Wiper being better? Kinda, I guess. But, like, Tetra also got a bit better. Bamboozler user. Okay. I don't hate that one. I have Wavebreaker user. It's the only thing on my weapons that I have. But yeah. The game is good, though. So, I'm down. I'm happy with, like, where the game is going. So, yeah. I'm overall happy with it. I just hope we get a bit more to it. Ooh, I like top ranked. Yeah. Better than 2? It was already better than 2. But now it might, like, really start to show a few things. Alright, one more roll. Or 2 more, actually. I'm stopping at 5. All stuff I have already. But yeah. I'm pretty happy with things. So, I'm glad to see what they're doing. And, we'll see how it pans out. Alright, though. That's the full discussion thing. Hopefully this was a bit extra detail for those who wanted it. Also, before I go, YouTube, feel free to let me know in the comments. But Twitch chat, do you like it better when you guys are boxed like this? Or do you like it better with clean? I prioritize clean because more of you gets on the screen, but the boxes might... And, like, also it, like, covers less of the screen than box. So I kind of like clean a little bit better. Okay, it's a little bit preference to box, but not enough for me to change it. But, like, look how much more of you actually fit here. So that's the problem with box. Because once a lot of you talk, look how much easier, like, all of your messages get shown. I'll debate it later, though. But let me know what you guys think, YouTube. It is more legible. I'll kind of consider it. I've been thinking about it. But I don't want chat box to be too obstructive. So we'll see.